Okay, you guys. So if I was meaner than I am, I would have. I got to turn this because it's driving me crazy. The color blue, better, more lifelike, less pure white. Oh my word! Oh my word! It has been the craziest 24 hours, but at least it's been a 24 hours that I've been about to distract myself because I have been I was going to come on and be dancing around going, don't you like this? Look at this. I'm drinking this. Hey, Grace, I'm drinking this. I hope the cops don't pull me over. But the funny part of that was this last week we've been out running errands and the cops are everywhere here. So far I haven't pulled over. I'm a gray-haired old granny. Hey, Sue Elliott. Hey, Christine. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in my life while I haven't been on, and then I want to talk about what happened yesterday with Michelle Sabate. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name or not, but I can't believe her either, Christine. It was a good distraction from everything that's been going on. Okay, so um, hey Bliss, hey Meemaw. My Christmas was not great. I'm just gonna say it. But we had a discussion about that because somebody was cursing at the football screen for 12 hours. And I was just over football for all time and eternity. And I'm a New Orleans Saints fan. So this did not sit well with me. And we had a conversation about that. And it's all been worked out. But I was pretty annoyed there for a few days. Oh, hey, Kentucky girl. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, your friend is in Costa Rica on vacation. Sue, where is she at? Is she in the mountains with the volcanoes or is she at the beach? Sa Sanate. Sanate? That's a rather weird pronunciation of that last name, considering that the ex, Etienne, is from New Orleans area. And with his brother Pierre, Satane. Yeah, those games are wild, but yeah, that damn bee is annoying. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. So, Sabate. Sabate. Okay, let's try that. Sabate. Sabate. Okay, I'm going to have to fly down to Louisiana. I discovered yesterday. I'm in the middle of trying to do my 90-day visa run. Hey, Prairie, and it wasn't working out well. The other day we went yesterday and we got a late start. I could have rushed him, but I didn't. I let him take a nap. It didn't get off to a great start. We got to San Jose and not San Jose, Liberia, and it took forever at the bank. And by the time we hit when we were supposed to leave, there's no way we could make it to there and back before everything closed. So we had to do that tomorrow. And in the middle of this, my aunt calls. You missed the Molly debacle. I missed it too. Hey KCG. I A lot of them are Prairie, not all of them, but a lot of them are. Capos. Okay, I know where Capos is. It's about 6 hours south of us. I've been there on vacation. It is a pretty nice area. There's also a large park there, Manuel Antonio Park. Something to be seen. It really is. I'm not sure what happened with Molly. I'm just having a hard time holding my own life together. My aunt called me and things are going south with my mother and hurry. And her doctor wants her put in a assisted living. So guess who gets to fly down to South Louisiana in a couple of weeks? Me. So I've got all this stuff going on in my personal life that I haven't been super happy about and I've had to deal with and I've had to deal with a ton of being sick. I had COVID back in early November, late October. I never fully recovered from that. I've got other stuff going on. So it's like I'm kind of like feeling right now like what else can happen? What else can happen? We could have a meet and greet. Yeah, we could. We could. We could. In fact, I thought about that, particularly when our lovely friend said she was going to have one in New Orleans, and I was like, "Why are you going to have a meet and greet in New Orleans?" Well, now I know. Pierre and Etienne. So I actually have family members with that as first name too. So one of those names you're going to encounter in South Louisiana. So I have to go down there. My mother doesn't know I'm coming. Various family members know I'm coming. It's going to be interesting. So stand by for that. I'm going to probably live stream every night because I'm probably gonna be cursing and carrying on and upset every night. So we'll see. We'll see. It's Kara. I'm not able to access my other name. Yeah, yeah. Kara, I'm familiar with that, unfortunately. Um, so I don't know who all saw yesterday. I haven't even started to unpack the Molly thing, just that people are screaming at Molly, Molly screaming. I don't know. Molly tends to do that. But the Molly offspring of Michelle Sabate, or however she pronounces her name, had a winningest, losingest day yesterday. Like I said, I thought about starting off kind of mocking her, going, "Do you want my long hair and my long legs? Look at what I'm drinking. I'm so privileged to drink this stuff. I'm so privileged. Some man that I love, that loves me, bought me Lay's potato chips and the Canada Dry." But I decided instead of mocking her, we need to talk about how insane. Wasn't she driving and drinking? Sue Elliott, she was. KCG, I think it probably would be. I've already said I'm not going to fuss at all. When I have to go, I'm going to be going, yeah, bring on the yarn and I'll be happy. She was drinking and driving yesterday, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen on YouTube. Now, you should don't fool with other creators. You don't turn other creators in, unless they're KJ. So when that started happening yesterday, I was going through there and clicking each time she was bringing up the bottle, drinking and laughing about it and showing her beer bottle. And some of her dumb subs were saying it was apple juice. And I'm like, hey, Chris, it was like, there is no way. Oh, her channel name is Michelle Goes Live instead of Molly Go Lightly. She spun off from Molly Go Lightly. Molly Go Lightly and her go way back, apparently. And she was upset with Molly, went on Molly's channel a couple of times. I've never paid her much mind. Every now and then I would see her and be going, oh, dear God, because it would be so freaky. Yeah. And I got to talk about that too. I think I know why she's been quiet. I think I know why. And it's probably the same thing the rest of you guys are thinking. So yesterday, Michelle Sabate drove from where she lives in Georgia to a nail salon, hair salon. She had her nails done, her hair done, her makeup done. And then she put on this dress where a lot of things were showing. And when she got home, she was dancing. She was getting her groove on and said, I'm so gorgeous. And I don't really I don't really know, because she is drinking. She was drinking over and over. She was talking about how wasted she was at one point. She was daring the cops to come after her, and it came out today she doesn't even have a driver's license, not a valid one. So my question is, how many DUIs are we talking about? There has to be at least one lurking in the past. Your birthday is January the 1st, Sue Elliott. My daughter's is January the 2nd, one of my two kids. For the stupid troll awards that community does, it's crazy. Yeah, it is. And I think that yesterday she really broke the record for stupid trolls. So I sat in there and watched her video and kept clicking report every time she lifted her bottle and put it up and started talking about how wasted she was and how she was weeping and various things and mocking the cops. I don't think she knows that if you upload a video of yourself committing a crime, that does not excuse you. They can arrest you. They can arrest your ass. Just got notified that Molly was going live in Vegas. How can she afford this travel? Well, it's cheap to travel to Vegas. It just is. I'm not sure why that is, but if you're going out west, if you can change planes in Vegas, you can get cheaper rates. And I'm all about cheap airline rates. I know she lives in Vegas. Um, maybe she does. I'm talking about Molly now. So I did a deep dive on Michelle, our drunken driver today. No. Molly isn't DUI. I'm talking about Michelle. Michelle is the one that I believe is DUI. It has a ton of DUIs, I believe. That's my belief. She doesn't have a valid driver's license. She was drinking and driving and filming at the same time. She was live streaming. She was live streaming herself drinking and driving. Somebody asked her about the dollars they sent her to have her hair done and didn't. Can you access the DUI records? The only way you can do that is but to pay. And I have never paid for that stuff. I've only one time entered one of those sites and paid for access. And that was, we were trying to chase down my stepbrother Frank, who had disappeared and nobody knew what happened to him. I found him in jail somewhere and was able to get a hold of him and say, "Hey Frank, can we talk about what's going on and what you need? Can we send you money? Whatever." So, what state and county? No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting drunk. I'm getting drunk on this aspartame, I think is what's in this. Just curious, not our business. I deeply think that Michelle needs a full wellness check. Kira, I'm positive of it. She's not a well person. Well people don't do that. Well people do not get up and display their boobs almost to the nipple and dance around in their dress and talk about how gorgeous they are. And how they're so perfect at a size 7 or whatever it was. And I was thinking, you're not a sample size 2? Because that would be impressive, a sample size 2. Anything less than that, I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever. Michelle is in Georgia. Live stream while driving, yes. And she was reading comments. She was reading the comments off a lot more than I am here. And I'm not sure. And yeah, I'm not sure how she was doing that because the few times that I have live streamed from my iPad, it's been a hot mess. So I can't imagine what it would be like a live streaming from your phone, which is what she was probably doing. And I don't have a date of birth, but I will very shortly. Last name, it depends. And that was the thing I wanted to explore a little bit and talk a little bit about. When I started doing some digging, I found 1, 2, 3, 4 last names for her, 4 different last names, a whole lot of living around near military bases in Georgia. I found the name of her ex, who has since divorced her and has a restraining order against her. He lives he has family in the New Orleans area. I think one of the most shocking things to me was she had multiple different middle names. And it was obviously it was the same thing. I worry that Molly's Patreon thing actually is unhealthy. The parasocial relationships crosses too many boundaries. Yeah, Kira, that's what's so weird to me about this whole thing. I mean, you guys get me when I'm like sweaty and gross like I am today, or I am how I am. And when you are begging for money, like I'm gonna assume Molly is, everybody's telling me, and you're doing some of those things. Like one of the things Molly has done that has always disturbed me, and this is why I could not fully embrace Molly Go Lightly, is showing up at people's houses and screaming and carrying on. One of I found also in 2018 that Michelle had been doing a fundraiser where she had raised $1,400 under a different name. So right now I am trying my damnedest to decipher the names and the places. Her ex is a member of the US military, looks like he's an officer. I cannot imagine being married to Michelle. I just can't, because I know what officers' wives have to be like. And all the trouble you can get into in the military if your wife is unhinged like that and you don't put her in the mental hospital somewhere. People on YouTube have just gone crazy lately. Sue, do you know that right now is Mercury retrograde? One of my friends used to swear that Mercury retrograde screws everything up. And all I can say is my mother, my Christmas, um, hmm, my trip to the border to renew my passport, having to drop major money on a new set of plane tickets to go home, another rental car, all kinds of stuff. It's just nuts. Molly was on wife swap, so anything she does is not a shock. You're right. Now I don't know about the kid in jail, but I have heard that she has a child in jail. I'm going to say I would not be surprised. The shenanigans that I was able to look up just in that short period of time, and the various and sundry names and all of that, I just like, what the hell with so much of this? I just don't get living like that. Ah, so she spun off of Molly. Molly Go Lightly, Michelle Goes Live. Molly, you brought this woman into the community. So for that, I cannot watch you ever. And I'm not sure I could ever watch Michelle again either, because I was telling somebody earlier, because they were asking me about what I thought was going on, and I said, I think this is going on. I think this other thing is going on. I was counting off various substance abuse things, various things going on with being abandoned and divorced, and a restraining order put in place by the ex, who seems perfectly normal in the photos I've seen of him. Of course, you can't really tell anything from a photo, because look at her. She was all dolled up yesterday and just doing her thing. No date of birth, but Michelle likely has it on her channel. That is possible. Molly has had her own time in jail. So, oh yeah. So it was Molly's son that went to jail? I thought somebody was talking about it being Michelle's, I thought, but who knows? I just, for the life of me, I can't get over any of this. And I'm a normal one in my family of origin. So many times I would be sitting there horrified during Christmas or whatever, going, because people would be doing various things, saying various things. I'm like, what? Being the normal one is no fun. I won't give her the views. She's truly unwell. She needs help, but she blocks anyone who tries it. Cherish, yesterday, people were begging her to stop driving. People were begging her to throw out the bottle and stop driving, and she was refusing. She was mocking them for saying that she shouldn't be drinking and driving. That kind of blows my mind, because it is Michelle has a kid in jail. Ugh. I believe that she's got a diagnosis similar to mine, but I'm medicated. I believe it isn't. If you don't take the medications, they can't work. I've had family members that have had all kinds of mental things going on, and the ones that refuse to medicate spin off and get into all kinds of weirdness. The ones that take their medicine and show up and do what they're supposed to, they do pretty well. So taking medicine is it's really important. The thing that was blowing my mind yesterday about the drunk driving thing was not just that she was mocking it and that she was reading all the comments and not paying any attention to the road, was the fact that she was acting like this was normal and the rest of us were just a bunch of worrywarts for thinking that drinking and driving wasn't a thing. I cannot imagine the kind of lifestyle that would be. She is profoundly mentally ill, I believe. And that's my personal opinion. It's not based on any kind of diagnosis of her or anything. And we're seeing it play out in real time. I don't think she's on her medication and drugs and alcohol on top of it. Kira, exactly. She has a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder. She uses it as an excuse to be horrible to everyone. I'm so glad I have not really encountered her much until yesterday. And I was waiting for the car crash to happen. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but here the traffic is horrendous right now because it's between Christmas and New Year's, and we have everybody and their brother show up from the States and everybody and their brother show up from San Jose. So our tiny little sleepy beach town starts straining at the seams, and people start renting out their sofas for like $500 and $600 for the week. I mean, crazy amounts of money. So we've got all that going on. And tonight we only went a half mile from our house to Maxi Pali, which is the Walmart subsidiary. We saw multiple car accidents and we saw cops between that little half mile. And at one point, there was a truck jackknifed in front of us over the main road into Tamarindo. And we're like, I have borderline personality disorder, of this diagnosis, but I have a medication regimen that makes it mostly normal. Kira, that's awesome. That's how I am with my mast cell, how I manage to hold down my episodes. I have a medication regime that I stick with. I even have a certain way I eat that I stick with that helps. Sadly, this ain't on it, but I haven't had potato chips in probably 6 months or more. So I'm eating potato chips until the first of the year. Half a ball, yeah. Reagan, so we have everyone and their brother come here, and it just bollocks is up, and everyone is on these tiny little roads, and no one is driving right. Everybody's driving crazy. One night on a 10-hour live, 10 hours after drinking and snorting something, she attempted to make breakfast, was texting on a piece of toast. I did see that, Cherish. And I saw that she almost set her house on fire. Well, should I say her ex's house that she has to buy him out to keep? So there's that. Yeah, I saw that Andrew Tate was arrested too, and I was laughing my rear end off at when he tried to roll up and flex on Greta Thunberg, and she said, small dick energy, and I just about died laughing. And she's right. She's right. So then he answered her back, and they caught him because of it, because he had a pizza box from some place in Romania, and they caught him in Romania. So that kind of gives me glee to have that happen. That was just as good as when Bankman got arrested. I was very happy over that one too. You know, that's something that Tate is a dangerous human being. Yes, he absolutely is a dangerous human being. And he's smart. Very smart guys that have that kind of psychotic thing going on scare the hell out of me, because they will do and say anything to get whatever it is they want. So he's in the pokey. Hopefully they'll hold him there. Hopefully, he won't charm his way out of Romanian jail. I want a deep dive on Bateman, or do you already have a video? I don't have a video. I don't know that I'm going to. I have people who've approached me about it. I haven't really said anything. I know that Bateman is trouble. He's had all kinds of trouble and arrests. And he has, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm thinking of the right guy, he has links to some very problematic Christian cultural enforcers, some very scary people. So in the new year, I am going to take a look at that. I have kind of gotten away from that. I've been trying my damnedest to finish my book. I'm pretty close. I'm not entirely there yet, but I'm very close now. And I keep getting distracted by the Michelles of this world. Oh, the Michelles. I hope Etienne runs far, far away. Not smart, just misogynistic. A lot of them are very much so. A dangerous human being. A truly dangerous human being, yes. He most certainly is. So this world, like I said, I think that we've got this crazy ass Mercury retrograde going on right now. I have to look and see where we are as far as full moon, because that affects it too. And you see those things happening. And I'm a little bit worried about tomorrow because we're going to be on the road a long time tomorrow. It's a good hour to reach Rutas Uno, Route 1, the Pan American Highway that we have to take up to the border. And I'm a few days late. I was a few days late last time and nobody said a damn thing. So I've been here more than 90 days at a time. So I'm hoping I don't get any trouble for that. And just take your time and don't rush anything. Another truth, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, thank you, Kira. No rushing at all. We're going to be going slow and just and just doing it how we can. On the 6th, oh goodness, good that you said that because you know what happens during full moon? I collect lots of sea beans. That's when a lot of them get washed up. And I am still after one of the hardest of the seas, the little heart ones. I haven't seen that one yet. Another crazy one running around. Danielle, I think in some ways she's crazier than KJ. And I say that seriously. Now, I did say I would explain what I thought was going on with her, with KJ. I think it's possible that there may have been some plastic surgery done that needed to settle into place. We know she goes on with her lips plumped out to like hot dog proportions. She's gone with all kinds of infections where they put Botox in and various things. None of that ever stops her. So now I'm wondering if the chin has been resolved, because if they fix the chin, that's going to be one of those things that you're not going right back online. You're going to have to let that sucker settle down and go into place. The stitches under the chin are going to have to be more healed because you can't be running your mouth like that. It's the only thing that really makes any sense. I mean, she keeps saying it's because of spending time with her family, but we have never seen her do that before at a holiday. Never, never, never. Unless she's trying to develop some kind of new narrative to push it the 7M trials. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with her? She needs it. The chin really needs fixing. I agree. Green Worm, I think she should fix it, and I think she should be honest about it. If that's what she's done, say, hey, I have to take a week off. I can't run my mouth while my chin has stitches under it because I may tear the stitches. And to me, that would make more sense. But what do I know? I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would have it fixed right away, but that's just me. So it's one of those things. So it's going to be interesting when I go to Louisiana. I have to decide. I have to see if I can get my mother to go into to care. And I don't think it's going to go easily or well. And I'm not looking forward to it. That's the one that's kind of freaking me out. I'm flying out on the 13th and getting back on the 19th. But I'm going to bring my iPad and probably film while I'm down there. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be rather frustrated and upset on some of those days too, and talking about that stuff. I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. I haven't been back home in 5 years, maybe. Oh, I take that back. Well, yeah, it has been 5 years. 5 years in January is when we had my mother in law's funeral service. We laid her to rest after she died there 3 months later. Thank you, Greenworm. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm afraid it is going to be a cluster, out of epic proportions. We're offering her the choice to come here because I have a guest house. She could easily live quite well in the guest house. I could have Sylvie next door come take care of her, where she wouldn't have to lift a finger. She could sit around and read novels and do all the stuff she likes to do. And I wouldn't even bug her to come to the main house. She could come if she wanted. That's one of the options. Another one is to go into one of these places. Another one is going to be for her to have somebody come into her home. I'm down with that too. Thank you, Bliss. You've been there, unfortunately. And the sad thing is when we get to that point in our lives where those things start happening and we have to deal with it. Okay, I just had to look at my messenger. Somebody was messaging me. But it turns out it's a local lady who wants to try to get me to come to wine and design night, and I'm just not down with that. So, okay, you guys, tomorrow, like I said, the border. Tomorrow morning I'll be here, and tomorrow by about 10, I'm going to be in the car. So I probably won't see anybody until Saturday because I have a feeling I'm going to be freaking exhausted. Because when you do the border run to Costa Rica, to Nicaragua, there's that crazy no man's land that you have to just walk across because neither side really claims it. And my walking is kind of funny. People have accused me of being drunk before I got my cane. So, no, and I swear that I have not been drinking and walking. I wish I had been. Love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and go. I need to lay down. It's been one of those days. Yeah, everybody have a great evening. We're still not through the holiday season yet. It'll be great once we get through and life resumes. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.